Welcome to the Mind Gym Academy books. Today we are reading Bert and Ernie's Big Lesson. In a cozy little fish tank nestled within a bright, colorful room, there lived two fish named Bert and Ernie. Bert and Ernie were the biggest fish in the tank, and they knew it. But despite their size, Bert and Ernie weren't the friendliest fish in the tank. In fact, they were known for their bullying behavior. They would chase the smaller fish around, tease them, and sometimes even nip at their tails. The other fish in the tank were afraid of Bert and Ernie, and they kept their distance. One day, a tiny fish named Chip mustered up the courage to approach Bert and Ernie. Chip was small, with delicate fins and a shimmering orange color that sparkled in the water. Bert and Ernie eyed Chip suspiciously as he swam up to them. "Hey, what do you want?" Bert asked gruffly, puffing out his chest. I just wanted to say hi," Chip said nervously. I'm new here, and I thought it would be nice to make friends." Bert and Ernie exchanged a glance, then burst into laughter. "Friends with you? Ha, you're too small and weak to be our friend," Ernie sneered. Chip's heart sank, but he didn't give up. Instead, he swam closer to Bert and Ernie and looked them straight in the eye. "Being big doesn't make you better than anyone else," Chip said firmly. "And bullying others only makes you small on the inside." Bert and Ernie were taken back by Chip's words. No one had ever stood up to them like this before. For the first time, they began to realize that maybe they weren't being very nice fish. Chip continued, "Imagine how much better our tank would be if we all got along and treated each other with respect." Bert and Ernie exchanged another glance, but this time it was different. They felt a discomfort of guilt for their past behavior. "You're right, Chip," Bert admitted quietly. "We've been acting like bullies, and that's not who we want to be." Ernie nodded in agreement. "From now on, we'll try to be better fish and make things right," he promised. And true to their word, Bert and Ernie started to change their ways. Instead of bullying the other fish, they began to be friends with them. They played together, shared their food, and made sure everyone felt included in their little fish tank community. As time passed, the atmosphere in the tank became much happier and more peaceful. The other fish no longer feared Bert and Ernie. Instead, they looked up to them as leaders who had learned an important lesson about compassion from a tiny fish named Chip. And so, in the colorful world of the fish tank, Bert, Ernie, and Chip showed that even the biggest fish can learn valuable lessons from the smallest creatures. True strength comes from treating others the way you want to be treated. Thank you for joining us on Bert and Ernie's Big Lesson from the Mind Gym Academy.